I'm Dr. Katie Hurley, and I'm here to talk about building compassionate environments to limit bullying. Small gestures like posters on the wall or diverse quotes up on your whiteboard day after day show your teens that you're there to support them and help them. They convey empathy. They convey that you're someone they can trust. Maintain an open door policy. It's important to recognize that teachers, coaches, all kinds of youth-facing people are exhausted right now. And it's not your job to become a therapist on top of what you're already doing. But sometimes just having that open door policy where students can come into your room at lunchtime and have a brave space to connect with other students is enough. You don't have to run the conversation. Just your physical presence and a smile can go a long way toward helping students feel supported and known. Building cultures of caring inside of school environments is a collaborative process. So one thing teachers can do right from the beginning of the year, and coaches can do this as well, and repeat it throughout the year, is a simple whiteboard exercise or smartboard exercise where students actually identify what constitutes a culture of caring. So what are the behaviors and norms they're looking for in the classroom? When you start out by doing this, you set the tone and you help your students see that we're going to work through this together. Will there be ups and downs along the way? Of course, that's natural, especially with teenagers. But when you set the tone early and you revisit it often throughout the year, you remind your students that they're working through this together. Part of creating a compassionate school environment is actually decreasing the silos inside of schools. So getting the counselors out and about into classrooms, into the lunchroom or common areas where kids congregate to have snack, to have lunch, to check in with each other is important. So when teachers are out and about engaging with kids, they strengthen their bonds with the students. Well, the same is true for coaches, counselors, and any other support staff that need to interact with students day to day. I always say that it's really important to model the behavior that you hope to see in your students. And so while I also encourage teachers and coaches and counselors to meet students where they are and try to understand their language and their behaviors and their patterns, it's just as important to be able to intervene and say, I see the joke you were trying to make, but here's how it landed. If something comes up where you see a particular student that you know targeting another student or a group of students, it's important to take that student to a private place where you can talk about things. When you see it and you model intervening right away, you show students that you're supporting every other person in that classroom while also, of course, correcting the person who needs help. It's okay if your initial reaction inside your mind is to want to shut the whole scene down right away. I often talk to educators and people who work with young people about our inside thoughts versus our outside thoughts. This stuff is hard to witness, and it can be hard to find empathy for a person who is saying things that harm other people. But the only way to help people is to slow our reactions and to take in the information and try to educate them and give them a different way to interact. Taking these steps to build trusting relationships with your students actually helps both them and you, because they know where to go if there is a crisis or something comes up that they're not sure how to handle. And you already have that relationship in place.